All right, guys, it is 3:52 a.m. We're getting ready to head to Wisconsin to visit JTR. Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youth Man. I am super excited. Today, we are here in Wisconsin and we are at JTR Headquarters. We're gonna head inside. I'm gonna share with you their whole outfit here, and you're gonna get to meet the owner and president of the company, Jeff Permanian. So enough talking, let's head on in. Hey guys, today I'm here with Jeff Permanian. Jeff is the owner and president of JTR Speakers. Jeff, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for coming all the way from Florida.
Hey, glad to be here, man. In this video, I just wanted to have an opportunity to come up here and really just spend some time with you to find out what JTR is all about, to kind of share with my audience your facility here. We're gonna be giving you a grand tour, inside scoop of JTR. Nobody's ever seen this really, but we're gonna kind of let them see the inside of what you do on a daily basis and let Jeff kind of share his heart about what JTR is all about. But another thing I'm really excited about is I have the RS2 subwoofers in for a review, and they're phenomenal, but I've always wanted to hear the speakers and what they sound like. And so in a future video, sometime today and even tomorrow, we'll be visiting your home, which you have got an incredible 2-channel setup. We'll be having a chance to check that out, and I'll give you my thoughts on that, as well as going to one of Jeff's customers that has a dedicated theater room that's a fully JTR setup. So I'm super stoked about that. So Jeff, why don't we give them a tour of your facility?
Sounds good, let's go. My little warehouse where we build and ship all of our products. So I guess we'll start at the beginning. We have pallets and pallets of woofers, cabinets. We design everything in-house and then outsource. So we have several companies making our different woofers, compression drivers, subwoofer drivers. All the cabinets are made right here in the Midwest, locally, so we can control quality. Baltic birch cabinets, all CNC machined. About 90% of our business is dedicated home theater. So our standard finish is a matte black lacquer paint designed to be non-light reflective for home theater environments. And then we can do custom for those that are putting them in their living rooms. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of different size and shapes cabinets, packaging materials, and this is just one wall. Our small but mediocre packaging department. And then we have shelves and shelves of hardware, tools, adhesives, compression drivers. All of our speakers come with grills with powerful neodymium magnets, Baltic birch frames covered in acoustically transparent cloth. This is a small run of our brand new Noesis 110 HT/SL, and the SL is for slanted. These are surround sound speakers that are more than powerful enough to be mains. They're incorporating a ultra high-end coaxial featuring a compression driver and a cone 10-inch mid-range. The cabinet is Baltic birch construction, extremely well damped. And then we have a crossover that takes up the whole back of the cabinet. All ultra high-end components. The back of the cabinet has keyhole brackets and flush binding posts that can handle up to 4-gauge speaker wire. All of my home theater speakers come with a magnetically attached grill, all Baltic birch, felt pads, handmade right here. Let's go ahead and start talking about components. These two crossovers are actually for one speaker. They're in the middle of being built, so obviously they're missing several parts, but for scale, you can see how big everything is. This is the mid-range board. So this board is only for the mid-range in our coaxial compression driver. Our coaxial compression driver has a mid and high frequency all incorporated into one driver that's loaded on our horn. And then this crossover is for the woofers, and most of the parts that I'm missing are for the high frequency device. They're true 3-way speakers. So this is Baltic birch plywood. It's some of the strongest plywood on the planet. Uses several small layers with an extremely strong, durable adhesive. Now a subwoofer can make your whole house flex and shake, and all that energy has to be contained in a small little cabinet. So we have to use the strongest materials available. So this is our assembly line for subwoofers. We have half the shop for the loudspeakers on the workbenches and half the shop for subwoofers. As you can see, we have several different subwoofers. We'll start out here with the sealed subwoofers. We have the RS1 and the RS2. Both are sealed subwoofers. The RS1 is just a single 18-inch driver, high excursion, 2400 watts RMS. And then the RS2 is basically two of those, 4,000 watt amplifier with two high excursion 18-inch woofers, all Baltic birch, well damped. We move into our ported subwoofers. This is one of our most popular, the Captivator 2400. Again, a magnetically attached grill, Baltic birch construction. What makes our ported cabinets unique is they're all tuned to 10 hertz, so you can mix and match any of them and they'll integrate perfectly together, and that they're tuned to 10 hertz. Most subwoofers aren't tuned anywhere near that low, but several of the action movies these days do have a lot of content down there, and it makes it a lot of fun to shake a room when they're tuned that low. Next to it is the Captivator 2400 ULF. It gets the ULF designation because it's larger and produces more ULF. It's got a couple dB more output on the very bottom end. And the next one is freshly wrapped. That's the Captivator 4000 ULF. And this one was originally designed, it was the first one of the ULF series, tuned to 10 hertz, and we were going for the maximum amount of 10 hertz output in a reasonable size. What makes it unique is the two high excursion woofers with the 4,000 watt amplifier, 10 hertz tuning, and has been independently tested and is rated one of the loudest speakers tested. Of course, the problem with it is its size. We were trying to go for something budget friendly, so we picked dimensions that work on the standard 60 by 60 Baltic birch plywood. So the dimensions on this cabinet are roughly 40 by 40 by 20. And that doesn't work out for a lot of theaters, so we went ahead and built several different sizes and shapes of the cabinet. Next to it is the 4000 Captivator 4000 ULF ST, which stands for sofa table, and as several of our customers have noted, it fits really nice behind a sofa and gives excellent back massages. It could be marketed as that alone. And some more Captivator RS2s, and here is our brand new Captivator 4000 TL, which is the tall version. A lot of people wanted a small footprint, and the only way to make a small footprint with a sub that big is just to make it tall. For scale, it's 58 inches tall. Same width as our sofa table. This is a sofa table model, just stood up. Give you an idea of size. But when they're behind an acoustically transparent screen, you'll never even know they're there, other than when your house wants to shake apart. Moving along, we actually do about 25% of our business is pro audio, and that means concerts, DJs, nightclubs, live sound, you know, anything in the professional realm. So these are called our orbit shifters. They're what's called a folded horn. And a lot of people aren't familiar with folded horns because they produce a lot of mid-bass. They need to be extremely large if you want to produce ultra low frequencies with them. So because of all their mid-bass capabilities, they're more used in pro audio, particularly live sound, which has a lot of kick drum and that kind of content that's in the upper bass range, and these are excellent producing those. But yeah, at any given time we have over 50 cabinets in stock, about 1,000 drivers. Some of our other pro subs, we do a lot of smaller pro subs. This would be our 212 over here to the right, and the brand new 215. What we decided to do differently than what others are doing is the 212 is extremely lightweight. It's only 60 pounds. So one person can handle it easily, throw it in the back of their car. And so any kind of small live sound or DJ can easily maneuver it and get a lot of output. The 215 came about from all the electronic music that's out nowadays. Then there's a lot of electronic music with 20 hertz content, which is a lot lower than what you'll see in typical live sound. So these subs here are tuned to 27 hertz. And then we also have a 218 version of this that's even a little larger with a little more output. Have our cabinet shop in the middle, building a batch of those, and we'll have those next week. But to give you an idea of the size and scale. And I guess the next thing we should probably show is the woofer for our home theater stuff. Now what makes the woofer different is a typical high excursion woofer has extremely high moving mass. You'll see 600, 700, 800 grams of moving mass or even higher. And what this does is it lowers the efficiency and reduces the tightness of the sound. So when you have a light moving mass, the cone can move quicker and produce tighter bass. So by combining a ultra lightweight moving assembly with a high motor strength driver, we're able to get the best of both worlds. We're able to get close to the efficiency of pro audio drivers with the power handling of a car audio driver and all the excursion needed for ultra low frequency reproduction. So one thing a lot of people miss is that we have drivers optimized for their specific enclosures. So while they all look the same, the voice coils and internal parts of the motors are different. By highly optimizing stuff, we can get the absolute best performance possible. So Michael has decided he wants to see if he can lift one of these subwoofers. So we're heavy.
Golly. That's huge, guys.
About 65 pounds right there.
Yeah,
two more. Got to sit on a plane all day. You want to make sure you get your exercise.
That is a beast. That's awesome.
So this is what a $900 compression driver looks like. It's got a full phase plug that extends into the horn. copper shorting rings. And then this is the mid-range, and the high frequency device is down in there. They're actually physically aligned for time alignment because a high frequency device has less adherent delay than a mid-range. So the highs start at the back, and then because of the delay of the mid with the larger coil, all the sound comes out exactly at the same time. The mid-range only has 7 grams of moving mass, 115 dB efficient. It's a 3.5 inch diameter voice coil. The high frequency device down on there has a 1.75 inch diameter voice coil. You can see the terminals for the mid and the terminals for the high frequency device. This is their HE line, which is their high-end line. 0.02% tolerances.
So do these go in all your speakers, or they're only in some?
Anything with the designation of the R, so the home theater reference, the HTR, the reference tower, RT, and the reference monitor, the RM. They all use the same ultra high-end compression driver. So the last part of the shop is subwoofer land. Any given time we have about 100 subwoofer drivers in stock, ready to build and ship. Here's a pallet of the Noesis 215 RT and RM subwoofer drivers. This is a custom proprietary surround we did. We spent many years developing this driver to give the absolute highest performance. We've been in business 13 years now, and being in business 13 years, you have to take care of all the customers from years ago. And you can see that this driver does not have the glossy dust cap, and that's so we can warranty and replace any kind of drivers that had issues throughout the years we used the dry dust cap. So we have pallets of those. Pallets are RS drivers, pallets of 4000 drivers, pallets of Pro Audio 18-inch drivers, pallets of coaxials.
All right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tour as much as I have. A couple of things that I noticed that I thought just was really pretty impressive is the fact that these are ridiculously massive. I know that I've looked inside my own speakers and I've never seen anything like this. Typically the crossovers that you find in a lot of speakers are gonna be probably half that size, sometimes even a quarter of that size. And I've certainly never seen any capacitors that large. Jeff is using really high-end components, as we saw with this huge and quite expensive tweeter. And I'm not gonna take it apart, but just this one component is 900 bucks. And so what I'm seeing in all of this is just high-end components. I think Jeff is trying to produce not just the best bang for your buck. I'm sure there's a lot of companies out there that do that, but he wants to give you the best product in his products and use the best components that he's got available and still be at an affordable price. And so, man, my hat's off to you. I think that's phenomenal and very respectable. Well, guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like the video because I'm gonna have many other videos on JTR. We actually got 2 other scheduled trips during this trip. So today as well as tomorrow. And so I'll be sharing that in the coming videos. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, you guys be blessed. We'll catch you in the next video. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youth Man. Today we are in Wisconsin and we're gonna be checking out JTR Headquarters. We're gonna be meeting the owner and the, oh gosh, what do you call yourself?
Janitor?
No.